Hello, welcome to my presentation today. My name is Raquel, and I've been in this space for a few years now. And something that I was able to accomplish within the past month was enrolling over 12 people by myself personally. So, the name of this training is going to be How to Hit Platinum 600 in 30 Days. I particularly think that this is a very easy peasy, lemon squeezy, I guess strategy to do this. So I hope that you guys enjoy. I put here the lemonade because I said this is easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Okay, so to kick this whole thing off, what is Platinum 600? Platinum 600 is essentially when you are getting residual income. Residual income is when you are getting paid over and over and over again on a continuous basis. And in this academy, you are able to get $600 residually on a monthly basis if you refer 12 people. Sometimes people think that it's harder than it really is, but it really is not that hard, okay? So, something I want you guys to keep in mind is that I want you guys to understand that a habit turns into a lifestyle if you keep doing it repeatedly, right? So I want everyone to be grateful for where they are at right now. Right? Be grateful, but do not be complacent for where you are. Be grateful for where you are, but be grateful also for where you are going. So step number one is to have a why and remember why you're doing this. If you need to know how to develop your why, please refer to the book Millionaire Success Habits by Dean. I don't want to alter his name, but his last name starts with a G because he goes over 7 steps on how to identify your why. And a why is not really that strong unless you have an emotional attachment to it. So it's something that you would never, ever give up on, okay? Faith over fear, and understand that you will not be planted with a dream that is not meant to happen. So are your dreams bigger than your excuses, or are your excuses bigger than your dreams, right? Okay. So today I'm going to be going over, this is for people who feel like their network may be quote unquote maxed out. They feel like they've been in for a long time in this space. They've told everybody they could have told under the sun about this, and there's nobody who's trying to budge or join their business. Even if you maybe are newer and you haven't maxed out your network yet, then this could still work for you as well. It can work for anybody. We're going to talk about how to properly plan out your day, because your day determines how you start off your day determines how the rest of your day will go. So we don't hope for good days, we create them. We're going to talk about what value marketing is and how to invite the right way. So let's start with what is on your morning and daily routine. If you didn't know, success is 90% mental, but 10% skilled. So some tips I can give you all is gratitude. Before you even open your phone in the morning, as soon as you crack your eyes open, give thanks for at least 10 things in your life, because being grateful is going to actually make you happy. Prayer. If you are someone who has faith and maybe you're religious, go ahead and pray. Also, meditation. I personally do a manifestation meditation. I also personal develop. I want to make sure that I'm continuously pouring into my cup and that I'm developing myself. And also exercising, not just for the physical benefits, but also for the mental benefits. Exercise. Getting educated. We are subscribed to an academy that educates us every single day. There are multiple sessions by expert educators that we can get on to get educated on different income streams and just different things out here that we probably don't even know exist, right? We can get educated on cryptocurrency. We can get educated on Forex, high frequency Forex, the metaverse, all of this stuff, and understand that the more educated you are, the more confidence you're going to develop. You also want to make sure you make money. You want to get results, because it's going to be really hard for you to want to share something if you don't have results with it. It's kind of like trying to tell someone that a restaurant is good if you've never ate at that restaurant. You don't really know what to reference if you've never ate there. So results create excitement and passion. Next, you want to make some time to prospect to grow your organization. If this is something that you want to do and you want to create other income streams, you want to build a business in this space, make some time to actually prospect and grow your organization. And then RTP stands for running the play. So you want to make some time to call your team, to call your mentor, get on trainings, host trainings, etc. And incorporating all of this into your daily routine is bound to make you very successful. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get uncomfortable. All right, do not try to do any of this your own way. Just follow the blueprint, because like I said, are your dreams bigger than your excuses, or are your excuses bigger than your dreams? So we're gonna talk about value marketing real quick. Value marketing is very important. A lot of us might be used to a lot of lifestyle marketing, and lifestyle marketing is good. However, you want to start thinking bigger. Whatever you put out there, you are going to receive. So the definition of value marketing is what it exists to help people understand, reach, and deliver value to their prospects. So it's basically like giving your prospects a taste of what they will get access to before they actually join. And it's educating them a little bit on things that they don't know about. So back to what I was saying, you get what you put out. So if you're constantly posting screenshots of profits and telling your followers that you are making $1,000 a day every day, then expect to receive people to join your organization who expect to make $1,000 a day. And what's going to happen is when they don't make $1,000 a day, they're going to want to leave your organization. So you can't really false advertise like that. Instead, you want to go ahead and educate them and give them a value, right? So you want to become a product of the product. As you sit on live sessions, on Go Live sessions, you're going to develop that confidence, and you're going to be able to actually quote these educators and post this content. So if you guys didn't know, the blueprint says you want to go ahead and post on your social media every single day. Every single day, I'd say at least 7 to 10 times a day, so that your story is always circulating, and so that you're always exposing your followers to what it is that you have access to. And people are bound to join. One of my top leaders, it actually took them 8 months of watching me to finally join my organization. So don't expect results overnight, but do expect that when you create a habit and a lifestyle and you are being consistent, you're gonna then soon get consistent results. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys an example of value marketing and how I do this, all right? So I'm gonna share my screen with you. All right. So I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, so after the convention, I actually, you know, I went ahead and made a story highlight on everything value marketing. I am going to revamp this a little bit, but I just want to give you guys some examples. So here I'm exposing my followers to the fact that I have access to a platform that's educating me on cryptos, NFTs, currencies, commodities, stocks, HFX, e-commerce, residual income, and the fact that the platform also expanded to travel and stock options. So I'm also creating a little bit of fear of missing out, if you will. So my followers are going to see this and say, whoa, she has access to all of this. I really need to get on board. Now I'm educating them on different income streams. So I said, look at the different income streams: passive, residual, earned, active. Tell me which income type you favor, and are you doing anything on a day-to-day basis to achieve this? So now I get them thinking like, whoa, I never even considered the fact that there's other ways to create an income, yet I'm over here clocking into work every day thinking that's the only way. Where also remember where I get this information from, I don't just pull it out of nowhere. As I sit on go live sessions, when I'm personally developing every day, you know, maybe watching YouTube videos, etc., I am feeding my mind with all this information that I can now use when I'm posting. Here, I'm talking about how we live in an era where everything is going digital, whether we want to accept it or not. We have smart technology revolving us, and this is very valuable. It can't be overlooked. So you have to make the decision if you want to position yourself or not. This also gives people that FOMO feeling like, whoa, I really need to position myself because this is really unfolding right in front of my eyes. I also said how recruiting and posting has nothing to do with this. However, every day we promote things for free. So why not promote something and get paid for it? Okay, here's a really good way of value marketing. When you're becoming a product of the product, as you're sitting on Go Live sessions, I love to do this. I love to take a picture, a boomerang, a screenshot of what I'm watching, and I love to give my followers a snippet of what I'm learning. So this is an Ignite strategy that was developed by one of the educators that's meant to be beginner friendly. It's for people who have never traded, but they can get results. So I'm showing my followers, you don't have to be an expert trader in order to come in and become a good trader or have results. This is a really good one as well. Everyone heard how Facebook changed its name to Meta, but I'm showing my followers that we have front and center access to the metaverse and to education on how to become, how to access the metaverse and how to play a part in the metaverse, right? So positioning yourself yet again. And here I took a screenshot of the metaverse and showed everyone how it's not a video game, but it's virtual reality. People are making a living, flipping real estate, renting land, finding jobs, employing people. Now, I didn't come up with this little, paragraph. As I was on the live session, that is what the expert said, and I just quoted him on my post. Here, I gave a little bit of FOMO, cryptos, and DeFi, so my followers can see, whoa, they're learning all that stuff. That's crazy. Blockchain. Here, I talked about how these educators are covering everything blockchain technology, DeFi, cryptos, Meta, and how traditional centralized banks will be replaced by decentralized blockchain technology. And what's going to happen here is my followers are going to read this and they're going to feel like, whoa, I'm way behind. I really need to get on it. How fiat currency will no longer be a thing, the same way the bartering system is no longer a thing, etc. Here, I just basically said, if you still don't have a legitimate crypto portfolio, but you do know me, then that's a problem because we are going into the biggest investment digital wealth transfer in the next 3 to 5 years. And today I also talked about how the Staples Center Arena just bought out Crypto.com naming rights for $700 million. Facebook became Meta, and the signs are right in front of us. So that's right there what we call value marketing. I'm giving value to my followers, and I'm showing them a glimpse into what it is that I'm a part of and what it is that they'll have access to upon joining my organization. Okay, so back to this. So that was value marketing. Hopefully you understood a little bit about that. Okay, now before I get to the inviting, I want to detail this little blueprint real quick. Understand that education leads to knowledge, knowledge leads to confidence, and confidence leads to trust. Sometimes people ask me like, how'd you get so confident? Or how do you come up with all of that you say? And the way I did was through first getting educated. Because when I became a product of the product, tapped into the live sessions and private webinars, I was able to then retain the information and expand my mindset, pour into my cup. And then naturally, my confidence boosted. I knew what I was talking about, and that confidence exudes. So it's kind of like having a hobby or, having a favorite sports team or having a favorite sport or like, for me personally, I love makeup and cooking. So no one can tell me how to cook something that I know how to cook, right? Or no one can tell me that I'm doing something wrong if I'm really confident in how I'm doing it, right? And then that confidence will lead to trust, right? Prospects will then develop trust with you and they will actually want to be a part of your group. So in person, let's say you're out in person. I never go out and come back home without sharing this or without getting at least one contact. Whether I went to the store, whether I went to a restaurant, whether I went to get a service done somewhere, I make sure that I never come back home without having exchanged one contact at the least. So make sure you're being tactical but casual. You don't want to come off as a salesperson at all, okay? So if your in-person pitch needs some fine tuning, instead of trying to sit there and pitch to them in person, have a organic conversation with them, let them warm up to you, and then exchange contact info, whether that's a phone number, your Instagram, etc. And that is why you want to make sure that your social media platforms display what you are about, because if you exchange your Instagram with someone in public and you're telling them that you are an investor or a day trader, and they go on your page and they don't see anything that has to do with that, they're going to be a little confused and they're going to think that you're maybe bamboozling them, right? So understand that if you treat this like a side hustle, it's going to pay you like a side hustle. But if you treat this like a five-star business, it's going to treat you like a five-star business. A good way to have people warm up to you is by either complimenting them or cracking a joke. So if you are at a restaurant, let's say someone is serving you, you can compliment their serving skills. You can maybe compliment the fact that they have a nice smile or that they're really sweet. And as they keep coming back, right, to serve you, you're building that rapport with them. You eventually get them comfortable and you can then exchange your contact info with them when you're paying. Okay, so before we get into the real sauce, I'm going to talk about the components that you want to have when you are inviting someone. So if you're unaware, every single night our organization has free live info sessions. So you don't have to go out there and try to explain the opportunity to anyone. Don't do that, okay? That's going to be a big fail. Instead, you want to go ahead and invite them onto the information, onto one of the live sessions that we run every night, right? So make sure you look at the daily schedule and it will give you all the details. So the goal here is to touch people emotionally and intellectually. You want to hit people emotionally and intellectually. So first thing is you want to be relatable, or you want to highlight something about them. Because if you're like most people, your own thoughts and experiences may be your favorite topic of conversation. People love when you talk about them, okay? On average, people spend 60% of conversations talking about themselves, and this figure jumps to 80% when communicating via social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram. So the best thing you can do is start by talking about them, okay? That is relatability. Next, you want to make sure you have your why. It is very important because you want to appeal to them emotionally and understand that facts tell, stories sell. So there's a huge difference between trying to sit there and explain to someone that Forex is worth 7.3 trillion and we can exchange currencies, commodities, and stocks and indices and futures, and that we also have cryptos and meta and NFTs. All of this is going to go in one ear and out the other for them, right? That's literally it. However, if you actually tell your story, maybe you tell them about the fact that, you know, you didn't really come from much. Let's say a single mom is talking about how they were a single mom of two and they were alone for a while. Maybe they had nowhere to live, and now they actually overcame that and they put a down payment on their first home or something like that. That is going to be way more impactful than the facts. Okay, so emotions. And then you want to add value. Educating them, basically. Adding value to someone will not only make you credible, but will make them trust you. You want to share something that the average person has never heard before. So in this space, you're going to learn a lot of things that we were never taught in school. And you have to remember that it may be normalized for us here, But the average person actually does not know around 75% of the things that we get taught here. You know, you could tell the average person, hey, have you considered that we are conditioned to work 40 hours a week for 40 years of our lives to retire on 40% of those earnings? Doesn't that sound draining? And now they're like, wow, no one has actually made me think those uncomfortable thoughts, right? Or if you tell someone, yo, have you ever considered that school teaches us everything that we actually don't need in life, but they don't teach us basic things that we will need, basic skill sets like writing checks or building credit? Now their mind starts to get twisted and they're like, whoa, I feel like I've been bamboozled. All right, so you want to go ahead and add value to them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll share with you what you should say when you are reaching out to someone. So this is what I use when I'm reaching out to people on all types of social media platforms. I consider social media platforms anywhere where you can interact with people and network with people, whether that is a dating app or just a simple, you know, Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is, a networking app. So how I started is by saying something along the lines of, hey, right? So, okay, so there's different ways. There is a story viewer's approach, and there's another approach for people who you don't know. The approach where people have watched your stories is way easier because you've already exposed them. They've been watching your stories, so they know what you're about. This approach that I'm doing right here is for people that you don't know yet. They probably haven't watched your stories, but you are simply reaching out to them, okay? So let me actually say this for you. So for example, hey Bob, how's it going? I know we don't know each other, but I just came across your page. I see you love to travel. That's amazing because I love to travel. I actually take a trip every single week. I'm so excited about that. But I came across your page, and a little bit about myself is I'm 25 years old. I'm really passionate and into financial literacy and connecting with like-minded individuals. I'm not sure if your interests align, but then you go ahead and tell them the what. You know, I feel like we live in a society where we lack exposure to basic financial literacy in our school system, such as building credit or writing checks. Now you're starting to give them a little bit of value in things that they've never considered. And here is where you go ahead and add your why or your vulnerability or your emotional touch, right? And being that I'm an immigrant from El Salvador who came to the US from not having much to now being able to provide for myself and my family, right? You don't want to make it too long, but you want to make it good enough. I just know how much people who are just like you and I deserve more exposure. So then you want to finish off. We are entering a digital era, and whether we want to accept it or not, we need to position ourselves properly, because I've heard that successful people position themselves ahead of trends before they become obvious to the masses. And then you finish off and take it away and say, so let me know if you'd be down to connect and talk. If not, no big deal, but I wouldn't want you to pass up on something that could be life-changing. So this whole thing doesn't take me more than 40 seconds, right? You don't want to talk too much, but you don't want to talk too little. You want to give them just enough. And sometimes I add something around this. If it's hard for you to really think about a why, or if you feel like it's not long enough, you know, you can add the fact that you want to be able to create generational wealth for your future family, since it wasn't something that you were able to receive as you were growing up. So that is the approach that you want to give to someone who you don't know and you're just reaching out on social media, reaching out to. So now I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the one where it's for people who have watched your stories. It's very similar, but you tweak it just a little bit. It's going to sound a little bit like this. Hey Bill, what's going on? I know we don't know each other, but I see that you've been watching my stories. My name is Raquel. I'm 25 years old, and I'm honestly really passionate and big into financial literacy and just connecting with like-minded individuals. I'm not sure if your interests align, but I feel like we live in a society where we lack exposure to basic financial literacy in our school system, you know, such as building credit or writing checks. And just being that I'm an immigrant from El Salvador who came to the US from not having much to now being able to provide for myself and my family, I just know how much people who are just like you and I deserve more exposure. You know, we are entering a digital era, and whether we want to accept it or not, we need to position ourselves. So let me know if you'd be down to connect and talk. If not, no big deal. But I wouldn't want you to live with the pain and regret that you never reached out, or one day try to say that I never tried to put you on. So let me know if you want to talk. Looking forward to hearing back from you. And that's basically it, guys. That's all you do. um, 10 to 20 people a day, right? Get at least 2 to 3 people on the webinar every night, and every week you can get anywhere from 1 to 3 personal enrollments. It is that simple. So this is a very, very simple way to be able to expand and grow your business. It's a very duplicatable strategy that you can show absolutely anyone in your organization that wants to come in and expand their business as well. So thank you guys so much for watching.